Greetings, this is the Crunchy Fat, and this is part 3 of What If Female Deku was the leader of a MTF squad. So, I shall continue the story. Now, I saw a few suggestions for the ship in the series, but I won't reveal the ship until the next part. So we'll just continue where we last left off. So I'm going to retcon a bit from the last part, where Bakugo calls out Izumi's name as she responds. I'm retconning that. As Izumi's squad would notice that all these hero students would have noticed, and knowing that they aren't that high ranking they're not even pro heroes yet, she calls in a team to administer Class A amnestics, which, for those of you who don't know, in the SCP fandom, it basically sort of like gets rid of that memory of either an SCP anomaly or the Foundation ever being a presence in that area, or the Foundation from your memory at all. They were all administered to the students, apart from Aizawa, because he's a pro hero, and the pro heroes are allowed to know about the Foundation. As Izumi, Alex, Zach, James, and Dominic would leave the USG with SCP-173. As they would then arrive back at Site 19, as they would tune into the comms of Site 19, stating that they are returning with SCP-173 and prepare their containment area. As Izumi also says to get her in a meeting with the site director immediately. As the soldier on the site staff on the other end would say, "Yes, ma'am." As they would then alert the site administrator, site commander, to Izumi's presence in the Foundation base. As once Izumi sends her squad to drop off SCP-173, as she'd go to the site director's office, to which she takes out her level 5 keycard and opens the office door. As the site director, in a cold sweat, would say, "Izumi, it's such a pleasure to meet you." As Izumi would then look at the site director coldly, as she'd say, "Likewise. Now do tell me, how the hell did a group of villains get a hold of one of our most dangerous SCPs in this site?" As the site director would say, "Well, it appears that they had managed to disable our security, miss." As Izumi would say, "Disable our security." Now, either you are bullshitting me, or they actually managed to do it. Now tell me the honest answer. As she would grab onto the site director's wrist, as she would say, "Are you in cahoots with the League of Villains?" As the site director would say, "Well, no, I would never coincide with the villains. I am 100% loyal to the Foundation." As there's a pause for a second. As Izumi's eyes would flash red, indicating he was lying. As she would then slam his head onto his desk, and she'd say, "You're lying to me. I will have O5 Command notified, and you will be put on trial for this treason. Now tell me, why did the League of Villains want 173?" As site director would say, I would never tell you. As, okay, I don't remember the name of this movie, but I'm going to take like a little joke from it. As Izumi would take out an unloaded revolver, like it's completely unloaded. As she would then point the revolver where the site director, you know what is. As she'd say, "All right, you're going to have till the count of 5 to tell me why the League of Villains wanted 173. Otherwise, you can say goodbye to your little manhood there." As he would say, "You wouldn't." As Izumi would say, "Would I?" As she would pull the trigger, as a click would go. As Izumi would say, "That's one chamber, just 5 more to go." As the site director would yell out, "You're insane!" As Izumi would pull the trigger again, "That's 2. As the site director would say, This is unjust. The O5 Council will put you on trial for this." As Izumi would say, "Now who would they believe? Me, who is a respected leader of a mobile task force team, and the current head of the Red Right Hand, or a site director who is also found to be a traitor to the Foundation?" As she would pull the trigger again, as she would say, "1 more to go." As the site director would say, all right, they wanted to use 173 because they knew most of the heroes wouldn't know what to do with it. So they were going to use it to just take down the Hero Society and cause Japan to come under their leader's rule, like in the past." As Izumi would say, "That's all I wanted to hear." As she would then pull the trigger again, as the site director would scream, as nothing would happen. As Izumi would say, "Also, that was a lie. The gun was never loaded. I just wanted to get a confession out of you, because I knew this would be one of the ways you sniveling cowards would get out your secrets." As she'd say, "Alex, Dominic, Zach, James, take this traitor away." As the site director would get enraged by this, as he would basically lunge towards Izumi with the 3 members of Izumi's squad opening fire on the site director, terminating him. As Izumi would sigh, and she'd then say, "Once a traitor, always a traitor." Now, Alex, what is our current assignment? Now, as Alex would pull out a phone, as she'd say, "Our next position is near SCP-169. As Izumi would say, "You mean the Leviathan? But isn't that thing dormant?" As Alex would say, "Yes, it appears to be dormant, but they're wanting us to go go towards it to keep an eye on it for a couple of days to make sure it doesn't awaken. As Izumi would say, well, we're in no place to question the O5 Council. Let's go. As they would then get in a helicopter towards SCP-169, to which they would reach it in a couple days. As they then land at the base set up near SCP-169, to where for the next couple days they would keep watch of it. As during this time, some of her squad would be watching the UH Sports Festival, as Bakugo would have won the sports festival, but would still have like that attitude where he wouldn't accept that medal because he didn't beat Todoroki at his full power. As a bunch of her Izumi squad is watching this, and they're just laughing their asses off at this everything. Hey, everything! I can't believe you, Captain. I can't believe you grew up with this kid. As she would say, he was always a hothead, but he was always there to protect me when I was younger. So we have that. As even as James would say, "Hey, Izumi, we know that you're a leader and all, but you haven't really Do you have any family back in Japan at all?" As Izumi would say, "That is information I do not wish to disclose." As James would say, "Okay. Just wanted to. I was just curious because we don't know much about you. You know a lot about us, but we don't know about you." As Izumi would say, "Once I will reveal that information in due time, but for now, we stay in our current positions." As they would say, as James would say, "Okay, so how many days are we to be here again?" As Izumi would say, "We're to be here for another 6 days, so we should be just fine as long as nothing bad happens." As an alarm would go off, as they'd say, as an announcement come over the intercom stating, "Warning, the site has been breached by the Global Cult Coalition. Protect SCP-169 at all costs." As Dominic would yell, "Dang it, and we were just enjoying what we were watching. Well, time to load. Well, we should probably get the situation dealt with." As Izumi would say, "Yeah, I guess it is. Well, whoever has more Global Cult Coalition heads to their account won't be paying for drinks tonight. The person with the lowest will be paying for everyone's drinks." As Dominic and James would say, "Oh, hell yeah, let's go." As Alex would say, "Is this really necessary for us to play these types of games?" As Zach would then say, "Well, it does seem to get these two to want to do something, so it could work." As Izumi would say, "Lock and load, boys, we're going in." As a firefight would ensue between Izumi's squad and the Global Cult Coalition, to which, in the ensuing firefight, a couple of the areas were destroyed, but nothing that would damage 169 would be affected. As a couple hours later, the last guy of the Global Coalition would fall. As James and Dominic would be arguing over who got the kill on that one, as James would yell, "Oh, come on, dude, I got him first, so I got the highest kill." As Dominic would say, "No way, dude, I got that." As one last guy of the Global Coalition would have gone up, as Izumi would fire, as she would say, "Now I've got the highest kill count." As Zach would say, "Guess I'm paying for drinks again." As James and Dominic would say, "Woo! We don't have to pay for drinks tonight. Woohoo!" As they begin to do a little dance. As Izumi would say, "Please be..." The fact that you two go on my squad amazes me. But you do keep us lively, so that's a good thing. As Alex would say, "Yeah, those two are absolute wild cards." As Zach would say, "I agree." Now, what will you guys be ordering? As we cut to a couple hours later, to where everybody is like celebrating, but Izumi is outside, looking into the night sky, with Alex walking out, stating, So, what do you think? Where do you think we'll go next?" As Izumi would say, "Well, knowing us as mobile task forces, we could be anywhere. Heck, for all we could know, we could be sent to Island next." As Alex would say, "Wait, there are SCPs on Island?" As Izumi would say, "Yeah, why do you think we keep all the copies of 1048? As Alex would say, "Wait, we have copies of 1048 on Island?" As Izumi would chuckle and say, "No, that was a joke. Though we do have some SCPs over there. We currently have 049 and 096 in containment over there. Well, that's going to be fun if we go there and those two breach." As Alex would say, "Yeah, that'll be a real adventure to deal with." As Izumi would say, "Really? What about that time when we had to deal with the 610 infestation?" As Alex would say, "Okay, I admit that was fun, and it was also quite hilarious seeing James and Dominic using flamethrowers as well." As Izumi would say, "Yeah, that was quite hilarious. Now, we should probably head back in before those two go over there. Just basically spend all of Zach's money." As Alex would say, "Yeah, we should." And that is where I'm going to end this part off. Now, before I leave this off, I would like to ask you guys something. Give me a sec. Now, my question is, would you guys like to see me do a Amaterasu female deku, or would you like me to move to do the Dragonkin female deku? Put down your answers in the comments below, and whichever one is the top will be the video for tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time. Ta ta!